Boom.
Biddly, 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 boom! Yes, what's good, everybody? You know what time it is. Let's get straight in and on with it. In and on and over with it. Get that badger in and on and over here. He's in, he's on, he's over, he's here. Let's get him in a bit more. Come here, Badgie. We're going to need you here, mate. We've got a bit to rattle through. I need your help, guys. 19th of July, I've got a track coming out. I'm going to post some links in my JackCity Music YouTube channel, which the link will be below in the bio or whatever. So if you go over to my JackCity channel, there'll be a video on there, which is the way to help me. I want to beat the system. I want to beat the mother fucking music industry system. I want to smash it up, and I want you boys to help me, so it'd be much appreciated. I just want to briefly go over England. So quick shit vid. We're back in. We're on. We're over. Ain't nobody down round here. I need a shave. I can't really be bothered talking about England. Truth be told, I don't particularly care. I sort of care, but I'm not, I'm a Leeds fan first, that is for certain, and then I'll watch England and I'll get on board with piss up if we go through or when we go through. But just a few things. It's so negative and it's so boring. Go 1-0 up, sit behind ball. It's so boring. Southgate is so bad. I do not get it. The correlation between, because I think we should just play Bellingham in middle with Rice and let Bellingham push on a little bit more like an 8 and get Foden in middle where he's clearly one of the best players, in the side. He's so mint on half-turn and stuff, running at players, having opportunities to shoot, can set players up. He's the best player on the turn. Bellingham's a really, really good player. We all have to love Bellingham, don't we? We all have to call him Jude for some reason. We all have to fall in love with him. But ultimately, if you're putting Trent Alexander-Arnold in the centre of the midfield, where he looks bored and cannot deliver anything, he's a right-back. So ultimately, if you're putting him in there, I don't understand why everybody's going crazy about dropping Bellingham back in. Bellingham will drop back in for Real Madrid. The only reason he plays a 10 at the moment for Madrid is because of who they've got in centre midfield, and Cruz and that are all off next year. He's off. I don't know what Cruz is doing, but I don't know whether he's retiring or whether he's off to go make a shitload of money in Saudi Arabia or whatever. So he will drop in. There's no doubt. He's also playing number 10 in Real Madrid's side that are like, getting Mbappe next year. He's not going to be up there. He's going to be a central midfielder, whatever that means nowadays. Just get him in there, him and on and over there, in with Rice. Let Foden do his thing on centre. And then just get Gordon out wide, or even that Eze. I mean, I would go with Gordon. Crazy that he's not bringing Palmer on. He must breathe a genuine sigh of relief, that boring bastard Southgate, when Gallagher comes on. He must just go, oh, that's what I wanted to do right at the start, but I felt as though, I need to show a bit of willing, like I actually am willing to go forward at some point. So I'll play this right back in centre mid, and then when it don't work, I'll go, see, you're all asking me to play Trent, and it didn't work. Like, no, I think, to be fair, you're probably better off just playing him right back. My brother texted me saying he's missed the trick not putting Walker centre-back, because then he could have got another right-back onto the pitch. We've got 3 right-backs playing in one side. It's insane. And only one of them's playing right-back, evidently. You can't have them all playing there. Get Foden through middle. I've had enough at right-backs. Pickford is a dick slap. He does my head in. He's an attention-seeking whore. I cannot stand him. Why he's on free kicks at the halfway line and beyond is beyond me. I don't know why we all have to just... He's thick as shit. He seems thick as mince. And he's running the show somehow, He's barking orders, shouting, pointing. Every time he gets ball, it's all like, oh, he wants his little moment. Like, oh, let these chicks see me. I just want the birds to see me and love me like they used to love Grealish, or love me like they love Foden. I just want them to love me. Like, go away, Pickford, you boring bastard. And then, unbelievably, the commentators suggesting that he has the best distribution borderline in the side. Can we get over the fact that Pickford doesn't particularly have great distribution? He can just absolutely launch the ball. He just thumps it. Doesn't necessarily mean that he has good distribution. Anyway, Leeds. Gonna lose some money on that ball bag rocker. They're talking about a 5 million drop-off for him or something at Real Betis, who wanted him or whatever. Former Bayern Munich player. Didn't even know he were with us anymore. Everton are going to sign Harrison, so that's another one off at Bucks. Apparently Ipswich are closing in on signing Rodon, which I think could be a real shame, but I do think he'll do whatever he wants. I went on Just Joe the other day and we were discussing Rodon, and I was the black sheep because I was the only one that thought I don't think he really cares about sort of like the Welsh connection. I don't think any of them do, and I think they're right not to. I think this thing where they're playing with the mates or whatever is not real. I think they find you play for any side, you find some pals, don't you? It's not like you need your mates in and around, in and on and over here. I'd like it, I'd like to play with my mates, my mushes, but if I got offered a Premier League side, you just think, with loads of money. And ultimately, he's getting older. You can't, if he wastes another year in Championship and we don't go up, or we do go up, we're going to go up in a struggling side. Potentially, in the Premier League, it's going to be difficult to weigh that out. So it could be 30 by the time that, we're potentially getting relegated out of Premier League again. So he does need to get on with it, I hope he signs, but, I think he'll do whatever's best for his career, and fair play to him. He came to Leeds to progress. He didn't come to Leeds to stay. He came to Leeds to see what, try to find a home, which I do think he found. I'm not saying he didn't like it here. It is what it is, you know what I'm saying? McKennie looks like he's coming back to Premier League, so the Prem needs to brace themselves for that big throw-in that he's got in his locker. I don't actually think McKennie's that bad. I just think he's a bit of a ball bag, and he's just a bit of a jenk in general. But when we signed him, I actually thought when it were him and Adams in middle, it were quite like ferocious and that. But I think he's just a bit of a. They're all gloits out there. Them lot, they can all do one. And then Adams has made some comments about us. Basically, he signed out by saying he doesn't really care what the Leeds fans think. Well, the good thing is, I don't care what you do for the rest of your life, old boy. So you don't care what I think. I don't care what you do. You're still talking about the club. I don't talk about you. Granted, I'm talking about you now, but you don't watch this, so you don't know that. Follow my music, I'd much appreciate it. 19th of July, please help me. Let's smash it up. Rip it up. Rip, rip, roaring. What sick up a calling. Rip, rip, roaring. Never, never stalling. Yeah.
Boom.
JackCity, bitch. JackCity, bitch. Hey!
I don't wanna play no games. No, I don't wanna play no games. No, I don't wanna hear your promises. You do you and I'll do me. That's just the way it is. Don't wanna ever feel surprised. That's why I